Hi Capricorn, I hope you're doing amazing. Welcome to your monthly money and career tarot reading for the month of November 2022. I do want to remind you this is general for your month, so just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. But there will be an extended to this reading, the first link in the description box. But we'll also, we will also dive a bit deeper into your money and career situation, but on top of it, we'll dive into your month in a general sense. Okay, so a bit of an outlook in regards to what you can expect in the month in general as a whole. Wow, if I could speak in your reading. But we're going to begin and just jump right into the tarot and see what we get for you. A money-making machine is what I'm getting. A money-making machine. It just feels like as well you're feeling the need to be to oneself, very secretive and selective in regards to who you update when it comes to your money, when it comes to money moves, right? Or what you're sort of negotiating in one's mind or just kind of mulling over, debating, or even in regards to your career, okay? Are you thinking about leaving a job, being smart and keeping that to oneself? There may even also be a focus, or even when it comes to going after something. And I feel like that also could apply to people you normally would update, say family members, people that you're close to, like friends, stuff like that. But I do feel as if there's a lot happening behind the scenes as far as you wanting to change things up or just figuring things out for oneself. But for a select amount of Capricorns drawn to this reading, there's a bit of secrecy, deceptive behavior in the home environment or in the work environment or both. And it just feels like there's a level of honesty you're exuding at this time, okay? Whether that's through your work or it could be you just feeling very honest in the work environment or at home or again, when it comes to both. And it just feels like as well, your voice is taking a focus. Okay, the voice of a Capricorn will shine is what I just heard, okay? It will shine. And I just feel like you're being pushed to get your voice out there in certain ways. Doesn't mean be so vocal that it damages the future or the potential within a work environment or a home situation, right? Be strategic in that sense. Hold back and get that release in a different way potentially. But I do feel as if in certain other ways, say you're being pushed to start your own business or to put oneself out there on social media more so to benefit your business or your work or just to see oneself glow and shine in a different way. It could even be a push to get oneself out there on social media or just some public speaking, and that will help you grow as a soul, as an individual, or just benefit your work otherwise, even if they don't connect, okay? But I do feel as if there's certain moments in the month where you're being pushed to be vulnerable, okay? If you look at these naked bodies, and that may not feel amazing in the moment, but it's part of your growth. Once again, it will benefit your work and will be inspirational to those who tune in or just experience the after effects or the aftermath of which. Does that make sense? The benefits, if I didn't say that already. But there's moments in the month, they're saying the second half of the month, where you feel very to oneself. These kind of coinciding to an extent. Okay, don't be surprised if you do struggle to speak to a certain extent throughout the month, but it just won't really alter the success that you're meant to achieve, right? And I do feel like either way, you're going to be coming off relatable and people will like your style, your energy, your approach either way, okay? Do try to minimize certain little levels of frustration quite quickly because I do feel like that could, it could snowball if you allow it to, all right? But for those looking to acquire a new job, okay, or something of the sort, something new in regards to making more money, I do feel as if that will easily come to be throughout the month. I do sense that you could feel as if you're overqualified for a position, whether it's when you're continuing or you are jumping into throughout the month as they show me the Fool card, okay? Some of you being pushed to take an idea that Spirit's giving you or that you stumble upon and start a business, jump into entrepreneurship, or start another business, or expand your current one at this time. But it does feel like regardless of whether you're working with other people in a day-to-day job or you're running a business or running a business with other people, you still feel kind of to oneself and a bit in your hermit mode. Okay, to be completely honest, it's like even if you're surrounded by people, you just feel by oneself, or you're remembering or noticing, I work better when I'm by myself. And that's not a bad thing. I feel the same way. And it's not to say you're not a people person, or you can't work with other people well, but you just produce your best quality work, or you just vibe better. You do things strategically when you're by yourself. And it's almost this vibe where you, at times, if you work a day-to-day job, want people to do things the way you do it. And that might remind you why you like to do things on your own, okay? Because you can't really control other people to the fullest extent or at all. But I do feel like there's a push to, underneath it all, remember your wishes, your goals, or just implement some, right? And apply oneself all the meanwhile. Interesting. Let's actually pull from the King of Swords. As I did that shuffling for a reason. You're being viewed as very wise, very knowledgeable, and somebody who will go the distance. It's like people will not question, I mean, they might to a certain extent, but I feel like for the most part, people won't question the fact that you know what you're doing, or just how much you know. But it may just feel as if people are watching you very closely to kind of see if you're going to mess up, or whether it's authority figures or people on your social media accounts or online in general, customers, clientele. It's like people are sort of paying very close attention, and that may annoy you to a certain extent, or it just might feel expected for some, okay? So I just feel like, yeah, you might feel like you're being watched over, and that might even, for some, be a spiritual presence in that sense. But there's super success coming to be throughout your month, and that feels quite gratifying. There might be certain levels of success, updates, progress, growth that comes to be where you don't feel as if it's smart to shout it to the world, or you just don't know how long that's going to last. So is it really worth bragging about? I just feel like you're being very realistic, and again, just keeping your cool. Okay, that's what I'm hearing, but keeping your strategy alive. Let's just put it that way. Winning money. Look at that. So don't be surprised if it's a month where you win money. I feel like some Capricorns drawn to this reading will be to oneself about that once again, strategic. But there's this vibe where you will feel inclined to gamble a little bit, or just, yeah, take certain little risks. It's like you're being very strategic in certain ways, and then taking small risks, or just risks in general in other ways. Okay. That will change your situation for the better is what I'm getting. Okay. What else do we have for Capricorn? Do pay attention to when there's a little bit of, or a lot of bit of tension in your body, whether you're working at home. You need to find a way to release that. Okay. They're saying loosey-goosey. It will benefit your work and just the comfort level for oneself and whoever's wrapped up with you. But you're gaining abundance and making the best all the meanwhile, okay? It just feels like there's one situation, whether it's work, home, you name it, your business, where it doesn't feel 100% ideal, okay? There are certain aspects of it you wish to change, or you just kind of want to replace it, or know it's temporary along your path, but you're gaining abundance, or it's just simply beneficial all the meanwhile, okay? They're saying you need a roof over your head, okay? I really do sense that the abundance that we're speaking upon for you gaining, that you're gaining, is not just the success, right? The growth. It's not just you winning money. I feel like people are, again, noticing you, but at times that noticing comes with people just paying such close attention that it feels a little bit nerve-wracking to an extent, or just kind of makes you at times second guess oneself. But there's a need to stay ultra confident. Did you see how for a good amount of the last part of the reading I've been sitting back? There's a feeling that there's going to be certain points where you just sort of relax, or you are just so confident in your abilities and your environment even, that you sit back. I need to highlight those moments in one's mind in comparison to when you feel ultra tense, and ask oneself why that is. It might be because of who was around you or not around you at that time, okay? Or just when it was happening up in your mind or not happening, okay? Or what kind of work was at hand. But there's a level of independent success taking place underneath it all. And I feel like it's a month where you are acquiring big money, okay? And there's big money moves, I feel the need to say, on the horizon for oneself. There's a need to recognize that you don't need it all, but you want it all. period. Okay, to remember that. And you do deserve all that you desire at this time and moving forward. And I feel like even you needing other people at a certain point to understand that you're not going to stop. It's like you might feel the inclination to remotivate somebody, whether it's somebody you're connected to financially, a loved one, or just somebody at work. And it's like, even if that's not within your position, right? And they're now saying structure, okay? But they're saying also there's a need to remotivate oneself at a certain point or multiple. The structure of your business may take a highlight. The structure of the home situation or just the company you work for or the work environment. Somehow the structure of one, if not multiple situations, will take a highlight and might be switched up to an extent. So don't be shocked if that happens. But we have, money moves. Okay, we did mention that in regards to the big money card. But yeah, I just feel like the spotlight success is coming with some slight annoyance at times, but a lot of progression taking place because of it all. It's like you're being noticed for someone who's ultra talented, and that will not be second guessed moving forward. I mean, maybe by some naysayers, but that comes with that spotlight attention all the meanwhile. Okay. Also, we have for Capricorn, the Chariot. A true level of motivation being noticed. It's like, damn, I should just step out of the way as Capricorn charges forth towards a new level of success and this new opportunity potentially. And just it feels as if you've been running a business, things are starting to take off. Okay. And it's like, finally, all right. Or some of you, it's early success in regards to just recently starting one. But I do feel like there's the potential for you to feel inclined to compare, right? One's path to another person's path, or just your business to another business, or the type of job or the amount of money you're making to others. Do hold oneself back or just stop that in its tracks if it comes to be. But I also feel like you need to be very aware and just selective in regards to the content you watch on social media, okay, specifically, and on TV, right? Try to minimize the news, but I really do feel like there's social media content, they're giving me specifically ones where it highlights, mentions how much people make, right, for their jobs. Stuff of that nature is not going to motivate you to think about your situation in the most productive manner, or it could, again, just push you to overthink and compare. But underneath it all, there's just certain levels of change, but I did see this in reverse at first. There's something that you know is not going to be leaving your life, whether it's that job, living situation, financial investment. You're going to feel as if that's purposeful for at least the time being. And so there's a need to once again make the best, okay? They want me to hold these up. Bear with me. But there's this feeling that you're moving forward in a very quick and efficient manner and thinking very much about punctuality and wanting things to be neat and in place. But at other points, or even in the midst of which, you're sort of not feeling the inclination to rush. It's like, I will be running on Capricorn's time, okay? And maybe you should as well if you want things to get done properly. They're saying a bit of a know-it-all, and they're not meaning to offend, and I'm not either by repeating that, conveying that message, but it just feels like some people might be viewing you in that manner, right? I need to also, especially when public speaking or speaking to boss figures, interviewing, think about the type of position it's for or the situation at hand, and especially who you're trying to convey that message to or sell in one way, shape, or form. You're going to need to adapt in that sense. Think about your body language in that moment or those moments, but don't overthink it, right? A need to not be so, they're saying for interviewing, don't be leaning forward too much. Okay, that's going to be too much. Sit back and exude a level of confidence and comfort. But I just feel like things are changing. Excuse me, you're changing. Even if you stumble on your words occasionally throughout the month, there's again a lot of spotlight success, and you're just feeling as if things are churning in the right direction for you. Even again, if things need some switching up, changing, moving forward, and you have to do an immense amount of adjusting from time to time. It just feels like all the meanwhile, you deserve the spotlight attention. 1444, 1444, look up that angel number meaning. And due to the spotlight success, due to things turning in the right direction for you, you are gaining the abundance, the money that you so deserve. Absolutely beautiful. All right. They're saying, so keep it going. So I hope this was truly helpful. I am sending you so much love and light. Don't forget to check out the extended first link down below, and I will see you next time. Go enjoy your month, Capricorn.